We've all seen those viral articles online saying millennials are shunning things like casual dining chains, department stores, and even banking. But is there truth behind that? Brianna McGurran is a personal finance expert at NerdWallet, and she joins me now. Welcome, Brianna.
Hi.
So let me just start by asking you, what kinds of things are millennials actually spending their money on?
They're spending money on the same things that most people are. Actually, the Bureau of Labor Statistics came out with its survey of consumer finances, and we saw that millennials are spending about 10% of their income on food, just like other generations, about 1% of their income on alcohol, just like other generations, 3% on clothing, just like Gen X. So the pattern is that millennials aren't spending all that differently than other generations
The 1% on alcohol, that's the same for Gen Xers and baby boomers?
It's about the same.
Okay, all right, duly noted. All right, what are credit card companies doing to basically land more millennial customers? Because it seems like there's a real competition to try to get that business.
They absolutely are, yeah. We saw with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, for instance, that was a premium card that came out last year. It looks like millennials are really liking it. The interest was much higher than Chase expected, and the reasons are, many. It looks like there is an option to use a travel credit that you get per year on things like Airbnb and Uber and Lyft, which are travel experiences that millennials are using much more than previous generations because they're available now. And it's a little bit more of a different experience that they're getting by being able to stay in a real person's house, for instance. So it looks like companies like Chase are using things like that to attract people of this age group.
Well, we know that a lot of millennials entered the workforce or graduated from college during a really tough financial time during the Great Recession, and that's had profound implications. Are millennials at a point now where they can actually start saving money?
I think so. I think, incomes have not risen as fast as we would like. Housing is still very expensive, but it's still the case that millennials can save for things like a house in the future. It might take them a little bit longer to do so, but we shouldn't be losing hope that we won't be able to have any of the things that our parents had. Also, there was some fear that maybe millennials would be afraid to enter the stock market, for instance. But we're seeing, there's a big range in the surveys and studies that we're seeing, but millennials are saving. They're doing their best. I think it's good we should have hope in this generation.
That's good to hear. Well, what would you say are some of the most common mistakes millennials make? And are these mistakes just millennial confined, or are these sort of mistakes that everybody makes?
They're mistakes everybody makes. Of course, when you're young, you're first learning about money. It can be really scary. But just like other generations, millennials may not be saving enough in an emergency fund, which, for instance, is just a liquid savings account that you can draw on when you have car trouble or, medical expenses. They're also maybe not saving as much for retirement, which is also a problem across generations. If you have a 401k match, for instance, you should definitely save in that account. Your employer wants you to save there. They're matching your contributions. You should take advantage of it.
And so what are some of the smartest things that millennials are doing right now with their money?
It's a great question. I think that, they're using things like a budgeting tool. We recommend the 50-30-20 budget. That's spending no more than 50% of your income on necessities, no more than 30% on wants, 20% or more on savings and debt repayment. So millennials that are doing that are doing a great job. They're giving their money a place to go each month and not just letting it sort of fall away as soon as they get their paycheck.
All right, Brianna McGurran, we like all generations here, especially millennials. Thanks so much, Brianna.
Thank you.